So Phee Collier has been the best player in this WNBA playoff so far, and it's not even close to me. I know Asia Wilson got the MVP. Phee Collier got Defensive Player of the Year. Shout out to her because she deserved it. But look at those first two games. She had 38 points. She played every single minute against the Mercury, and they needed those points, especially when the Mercury was making their comeback. What did she do for an encore? Well, she decides to get 42 points. She had 38 points with 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in that game for game two. So if she decided to go for 50, she would have got 50 points in game two. That's how good she was. She's the first WNBA player with 38 plus points in back-to-back playoff games. She has tied Asia Wilson with 3 consecutive games of scoring 30 points or more. So what Phee Collier doing is special stuff. It reminds me of when Dwayne Wade went on his run in 2006, the run that LeBron James went on in 2016. You look at the 2019 spectacular playoff run from Kawhi Leonard. Then, of course, what Steph Curry did to the Boston Celtics in 2022 during those NBA Finals. That's the type of vibe Phee Collier is giving me. And if she continues down this road where she's averaging over 35 points a night, she's killing her opponents, especially something like the Connecticut Sun, because that's the same team who beat the Lynx last year 2-1. If she shines in that series where the defense can't stop her, she's dominant, she's getting her buckets and making an impact on both sides of the ball, we're going to be talking about one of the greatest WNBA playoff runs ever, and there won't be any debate about that. Of course, when it comes to the media in the WNBA, they have completely ignored Phee Collier. The conversation has been all about the fans of Caitlin Clark, how they're racist, and it's just been an ongoing conversation about how people need to speak up against these fans. Look, we got great basketball going on with Phee Collier. I'm not here for all that type of noise because at the end of the day, if I see a player performing in the playoffs, doing it consistently, and putting up numbers that you haven't seen before, we got to talk about it. Phee Collier is a special player. And I think the Lynx are going to win the whole thing because they've been playing the best basketball since the Olympic break or after the Olympic break. And Phee Collier can guard 1 through 5. She can put the ball on the floor. She gets key offensive rebounds. She can shoot the three. And she's consistent for the Lynx. She does a very good job of getting off those pick and roll actions and getting to easier baskets in the lane. So Collier is the complete package. And I don't want to ignore what she's doing here. I don't care what the media is doing. I wish the WNBA would have talked about how she won DPOY and how Caitlin Clark won Rookie of the Year. I saw nothing on Twitter about that. I went to the WNBA website yesterday. There was nothing said about Caitlin Clark and Phee Collier, but I saw a report from Bleacher Report, from the New York Times, and other sites that said, hey, these two got their rewards, and nothing from the WNBA. It's frustrating because you want the WNBA to do better, but when you have these conversations ongoing with people on Twitter and players talking about, oh, this fan said this and said that, it takes away from what we're seeing with a player like Phee Collier. She's special. She is on a potential legendary run if she keeps this up. I know they go up against the Connecticut Sun. I expect the Lynx to finish them in 4 games. I do expect them to win the championship in 5 games against the New York Liberty because just the way they're constructed, you got someone like Collier who can guard 1 through 5. She's been consistent all year long. She was the best player against Asia Wilson in those 2 games they played against each other in August. And even if they meet the Aces, I think they'll beat them in 4 games because Minnesota is just so good. They've been playing really good basketball. They have a lot of players who are used to close games. They've been really good in clutch situations. Do I think the Sun will put up a defensive fight? I do, but I think losing Ty Harris is going to hurt them. I know they got to rely on Mabry even more. Their bench is going to be thin. So I see the Lynx just finish them in 4 games because the Lynx are just a better basketball team overall. And Collier is going to show up. I think losing to the Sun last year, it's going to get her motivated, of course, and want to prove something that last year was just an experience and that Minnesota isn't playing games. And before we get out of here, I want to say one last thing that I like about Phee Collier. You don't hear a lot about her in the media. She just goes out there and plays basketball. She takes care of her family and keeps it moving. You're not seeing her talking about, oh, the fans are attacking me, that, you know what, Caitlin Clark's fans are always harassing me, or yada, 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 that Caitlin Clark needs to speak up. She's not doing any of that. She's just out here playing basketball and playing really well as a player. You see, with the WNBA, they've got an issue with being professional. They're not used to this type of spotlight right now. You see players going off saying, oh, these fans are toxic. Well, here's a news flash. This is going to keep happening. NBA players have been doing this for a long time. Get off social media. Don't read about it. Don't even post it on your Instagram page. Like Dejanay Carrington the other day posted a a message from somebody who reached out to her and it wasn't appropriate, but why would you post it in the first place? Why are you giving it attention? But Phee Collier, she's not doing any of that. She goes out there and plays basketball and hoops, and she's showing up. So again, that's what I love about her. She's just going out there and playing basketball, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing from her. I am also curious to see how the Connecticut Sun guard Phee Collier, because DeWanna Bonner is very versatile. Alyssa Thomas, she can get physical with you. Or maybe they'll throw Dejanay Carrington on her at times. I don't know. But Phee Collier is going to be a lot to deal with. If the Lynx are still executing in those close situations, then they're going to find a way to win these games. But I just think talent-wise, Collier is just better and should be the best player in that series. And again, if she continues to average over 35-plus points a night and continuing to help the Lynx win basketball games and they finish it off with a championship, this is going to be one of the most impressive playoff runs in the WNBA you'll ever see. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Phee Collier's performance so far in the WNBA playoffs. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.